we are writing examples. You guys have been spoiled. I might have to go back to grammar pretty soon. Just kidding. Don't worry. Okay, guidelines for writing examples. First of all, we have to select a subject. Select a subject that can be developed through examples. Okay, that's our first most important thing to do when we're considering the idea of examples or example sentences, okay? I'm going to put up here sentences just so that we know we have a reference we can look at, okay? Develop through examples and determine whether or not we have enough information whether or not we have enough information to develop those examples or explain them, which is essentially what I mean here. I'm going to write explain in here, okay? Do I have enough information? Is it big enough for me to explain it with an example, okay? Are there lots of examples? So we have to do what we've done already, and that is to decide. You're going to want to write this down if you're not. It's going to be on the final. Decide on the main purpose. That's coming soon, the final purpose. Decide on the main purpose or subject of the paragraph. What's that?
When is it, the final?
It's in 6 weeks.
Do you know if it's a Monday or Wednesday?
I don't. I don't know it offhand. I'm sorry.
Before Christmas, right?
Yes. Let's worry about the final when the final is on its way. I just wanted to make reference to the final so you knew that this would be on it and you need to write it down. Okay? Decide on the main purpose or subject of the paragraph. Okay, that's what we're going to do. Okay, we have to do that first. We always have to do that. Remember, that's what we write our topic sentence about. I'm going to slow down. I'm going to take a minute for you guys to write this information down. Okay? Sorry. Could someone potentially write down some notes and be a note taker today? Would someone be willing to type up notes perhaps? Or Saul, would you mind doing that? Great, thank you so much. Okay, so once we have decided on the main purpose of the paragraph, okay, we will create our topic sentence. This is kind of what we're doing here. This is kind of how we go about writing the paragraph. Okay, we're going to write our topic sentence. Okay, and then we're going to decide which examples support it. We decide which examples support it. Okay, now you've seen this twice. Okay, this is similar to what we just talked about. So then you're going to decide which examples support it. We're going over it a couple of times so it stays fresh in your minds and so that you guys kind of take this in slowly and you process it and you move forward to the next step. Now, examples come in lots of different forms. They come in many different forms. Who can guess a couple of forms that they come in? Even one. How about one?
Question.
Nope. But that's all right. That's the one that we don't want. We don't want to ask our audience a question because,
They want to be informed.
right, if we ask the audience a question and let's say you're reading something and they say, and you write to your audience.
Do you think the United States is free?
Do you think that the United States is free? Question, right? That would
I don't know,
be
that's what I'm here to find out.
That's exactly. That's why I'm reading this. You should know. You're telling me. So that's why rhetorical questions are not always good. Rhetorical questions are questions that have an answer everybody knows. Why would you ask me that? Right? For instance, do you think that map is a map of the United States?
Yeah.
It's kind of a rhetorical question. Is that map of importance to us? Well, everybody's going to assume that this map is important to us because it tells us where we are, right? So we don't ask the questions that everybody knows the answers to. Plus, we don't ask questions that we can't get an answer to. Because unless they call you on the phone after they read your paragraph.
So you don't want to say, you don't want to sound sarcastic to your reader,
Exactly.
or deter them.
Thanks. Examples come in many different forms. Who can tell me a different form besides the question? But that was a good guess, Johnny. It was a good question.
Wasn't a guess. Just kidding.
Sorry. That was a good answer. Tell me. Anybody got any ideas?
Does that come down to your who, what, where, why?
No, maybe. It can be a detail, sure. So let's write that one down. You want to do that? Is that what you're, I'm asking?
I'll note it down,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, I think you're right. Remember, I just said this. Specific,
Specifics,
what?
details.
Nice. Right? Johnny?
I was thinking, like, I don't know if this would fall under that first category, but like stating statistics.
That would kind of fall under specific detail, but I'm going to put it over here, okay? Statistics, or why don't we even say this? We'll add one more in there. We're gonna write.
Something a fact.
How about we write numbers? How about that? Numbers are always good. That's an easier way for us to understand it. Statistics, numbers, percentages, right? Those are all different types of specific details. Good. What else? What else? What's another one? What's the one that we're going to use the most in college, you think?
Facts
From where?
from resources from.
Ah, that's it. Resources. There we go. Resource material. And if you are taking information from a resource, Elvis,
Yeah.
what do? In your own writing. What do you have to do?
You have to quote it.
Quote.
What do we call those? What's the official word for something we take from a resource and we use in our own writing? It's not a quote, it's a, what's the full?
The title? We have to put the title.
Yeah,
It's
what's
just
called
a-
citation.
No, it's
Yeah.
just the long version. Quotation. See, that was an easy
I
answer.
got the ION right.
I know, you're
Yeah.
close, you're
Should've been
right.
like,
you're
not
right.
close.
Sorry.
Oh.
Oh, I know. Okay, so it was a quotation. Good, that's one option. So resource material, quotation. Now, if, let's say you want to tell someone else what I said, but you don't remember exactly what I said. Am I going to be mad if someone walks up to me and says, you know, Brian just told me, and it's wrong? Right? Let's say I walk up to Johnny and I say, Johnny, I really like your truck. I think it's awesome. Okay? And Johnny goes and he tells Elvis, he says, Elvis, do you know that Mr. Cooper criticized me and told me that my truck was a piece of junk? I'm going to be upset if Elvis comes to me and says, I heard you told Johnny that his truck's a piece of junk. I'm going to say, what? I never said that. He misquoted me. He said something that I didn't say, and he told you that. He misquoted it. So that means that the language, when I say something and you take it in, has to be exact, doesn't it? Because what if somebody came back to you and said, you know what, that's wrong. So you have this whole idea in your head that I'm this certain way, but you're wrong because somebody misquoted me. Now, if Johnny didn't use my exact words, Johnny, I think your truck is awesome. And you tell him, Do you know that Mr. Hooper said, Johnny, I think your truck is yucky? You've changed my words. But if you just said, Mr. Hooper likes my truck, have you used my same words?
No,
But you've used similar words to describe what I said. Do you know what we call that?
opinions.
Nope. Close.
Restatement?
Close, good. We call that a paraphrase.
Yeah. I left those words back in high school.
That's okay, we're learning them again. Okay, call this a paraphrase. Now, if I don't really have, let's say I ask the whole class their opinion about,
Motorcycles.
no, let's say we're talking, let's go back to our discussion about the freedom. Now, if I asked the whole class, I would bet a certain percentage of the class might say the same thing, right? Agree or disagree. Let's say that a group of people like you here all agree with me that the United States is not a free country. I'm going to say that right now. Okay. The United States is not a free country because there are contradictions. Okay? Let's say I were to offer the following information. A group of students agrees that the United States is a contradiction, that it's not free. Let's say I have that information. We call that a different kind of example than specific, because we're not talking about anybody specific. We're not saying Ginger disagrees. We're not saying Brian disagrees. What are we saying? We're saying a group of people disagrees. So that group of people can create a problem, right? So that's a group of people. So we got to work on that. So we're going to come back to this, and we're going to find out that there are groupings of information. Groupings of information. Okay, now, can you come up with a fake example to prove something? Can you come up with a fake example?
Wait, could
Can you? It's a question to the audience. Nobody's looking at it. What do you think?
Yes.
Can you come up with a fake example?
Yes.
Yeah? If I were to say that, if I were to say that students in class can get easily scared by loud noises. Okay? Students in class can get easily scared by loud noises. Oh, I didn't even make a loud noise, that sucks. But I went to slap my hands. If I did that really loud and suddenly, students in class can get afraid by, or scared by loud noises. Can I make up an imaginary scenario where you guys would get scared by a loud noise?
Yes.
Tell me how.
There were
What would be
gunshots
an,
nearby.
what's that?
There were gunshots nearby.
There we go. If a gun was fired outside, students would be afraid. I think that would freak anybody out. Okay? I think I would crawl underneath the table and say, "You guys fend for yourselves." No, I'm just joking. I'd actually use Martin's shield. And so, no, I'm teasing. I wouldn't do that either.
I pull out my imagination.
I'm joking.
before 9.
So I don't want to know about it. Okay, enough. So we would all be afraid if something happened like that. We don't even talk about that on campuses. That's not a good thing. But let's say a very loud plane landed right there. Okay, that's an imaginary thing, right? We have a name for that as well. It's a certain type of example. It explains something, doesn't it? If I said students are afraid by loud noises, right? I need an example that would prove that, but I don't have one right now. I don't have one, right? I don't have any fact I could pull from a book, so I got to create one.
So like if there was a loud explosion near the campus.
Yes.
Hypothetical?
Yes. There it is. Nice.
Like a sharpshooter?
No, we're going to stop with the shooting thing, okay?
Like a bomb?
Please, no bombs. Please
Yeah.
stop. Let's stop talking about anything that could be damaging to the overall well-being of our student population, okay? No crashings, no bombs, no shootings, and let's get off the topic of marijuana too. I don't want to talk about that either, all right? Nothing that has anything to do with anything that could potentially harm us, okay?
It that must not be named.
Let's stop. No grenades, stop. Okay, all we're going to talk about is fun, happy things. Let's say a pink bunny jumped in front of us as we're driving. That would freak me out. Okay, that's scary enough. I don't need to see a gun or a bomb. All right, so imagine. So look what I've done. What I've created here, guys, is I've created the 3 different types of examples that you guys are going to learn. 3 different types of examples you guys are going to learn. So I have kind of a fun exercise that we're going to end class with today.
Resource would not be one of them though.
That is, it's a specific detail.
How long was that
Okay.
going?
Only a minute or so.
Okay.
Don't worry. The good news about the film, so please pass this along too. There's no words in the film. Just what's written.
This is a wonderful film.
Isn't it nice?
We have to use our imagination.
It's the imaginary example.
Yes.
Imagine
This
there
is
was
awesome.
a film there, Junior.
Yes, I can see it.
I don't want to know what your film would be about. My film would be about something different, perhaps.
Some of the movies I've been watching have been good.
I just watched a really crazy movie this last weekend. It came out. It was called The Purge.
Oh, that's a good movie.
Oh my goodness.
No, that's good. Just imagine if that was for real.
I don't want to. I watched it. I couldn't turn it
No,
off
The
because
Purge
it
is
was
good.
engaging, but oh my gosh, it was scary. I prefer not to talk about it. I'm still having nightmares.
Just imagine if that was legal 1 day a year.
I don't
Oh
want
my
to.
God.
Let's not. You guys are making me nervous. I might not
I
come to
wouldn't
class
be the
on
one locked
Monday.
in my house. I'd be out purging.
I'm not coming to class on Monday.
Well, the Bugs Bunny cartoon, that's better.
Oh, I like that one
There we
already
go.
with Hazel the
No,
Witch.
no.
Witch Hazel.
All right, let's focus. Here we go. You ready? You guys got to pay close attention. You ready?
That was a Halloween one.
Make sure it's the big version. Oh, I'm gonna get through the ad. YouTube's wonderful. You can't watch YouTube anymore without learning that you need to buy something.
Creative marketing.
Another one, good one to watch.
You ready?
Interested?
Everybody ready?
Yes.
Okay,
Afternoon
quiet
and
now, quiet. Shh, quiet. You ready? Here we go.
Oh, Bigfoot. Hi, Mom.
You gotta watch it now. Watch the whole thing, because every piece of information that's in this film is important. Oh, he can walk backwards. I think-
Oh, it's a man in a...
Is it?
It's the 1970s version of Planet of the Apes.
Oh, he isn't wearing leather.
Look familiar? Sorry. Yes?
Zoom in on his face.
Is that Bigfoot?
Aha!
Sasquatch.
Good argument.
Hang on.
Sassy.
You ready? Okay.
It's sassy.
How many people here believe that Bigfoot exists? Raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't be embarrassed. 5. Don't look around and decide whether or not you agree later. You can't say, oh, everybody else raised their hand. Now Elvis agrees. No, I'm teasing. Do you really believe?
No.
No? Okay, so you were just trying to be
No,
like.
I don't know if I.
You don't know if you know. Okay, got it. I'm going to say a couple of things in regards to Bigfoot. Okay, 2 things. You ready? On one side, we have a beast, right? That even with all of our modern technological equipment, infrared, radar, satellite, GPS, heat sensing vision goggles, we can't find a 6'9" to 8-foot ape-like beast who lives in a mountain, right?
Yeah, we can-
Okay, there might be a little bit of a problem there. And the only way that people in Bigfoot television programs, when they're looking for Bigfoot, you've seen all these recent ones, right? They got all these Bigfoot searching things. Looking for Bigfoot, the 10th season. You mean by the 10th season you haven't found him already? You're killing me. Not to mention the fact that after the 10th season, the only technology they have to find Bigfoot is to yell in the woods, "Rrrr," and make noises, right? And then listen to see if something yells back. So that might deter me from believing that Bigfoot exists. I like this example because, oh wait, this example? Hang on. I like this example because this example of Bigfoot dates way back. 1967, right? 1967. What do I know about the 1960s? Some of you guys may know more than others because you were born a little later. I'm sorry, earlier.
Technology wasn't that good.
Yeah, technology wasn't that
Their
good. You're right,
computer,
Ginger.
They didn't have no good technology.
They did not have any good
or-
technology.
You
We
meant
don't want to do
film
double
cameras.
negative. What's that?
I mean, film cameras.
Film cameras, yeah. Yeah, 8mm, right? Older style. This is probably the first color adaptation of film that we've ever had. Go ahead, Sandra.
I forgot what I was going to say, sorry.
I'm sorry. What about the fact that in the 1960s, the film was in fact worse? Why would that be a good reason to believe in something or not believe in something? Our subject is Bigfoot, obviously. Sasquatch, right? The ape man.
With the
Hang on.
advent, or say non-advent of technology back then, from an argumentative point of view, do we really know if it's Bigfoot or not, just based on the
Sassy.
technology or the questionable technology?
Okay, so the technology, something about that.
I was thinking maybe it still wouldn't be a reason for you to believe, because like, you know, it could still be staged, like films still, you know, were able to be created during those times, or, you know, like, I don't know when, what's it called, that, you know, the first versions of King Kong, you know, came out or whatever, you know, like.
Okay, so you think, so here's what I would say based on what you guys both just said, is that this film is so bad that we can't determine whether it's real or not real.
Oh, yeah.
And we could say it's not real because it's so bad. Or we could say it's real because it's so bad during this time.
Well, there's a lot of testimony of people who've been lost in the woods and they encounter something big and hairy and it doesn't talk to them, it snarls and growls at them like an animal and it walks like a man.
Got it. So that would be a grouping of people, wouldn't it, that told us this story, right? You could pull a grouping of people, you could use that as an example, that's true. That's good. If we had some specific detail, let's go back to that's good, hang on to that for a sec. Let's go back to specific detail for a second. This film is really poorly shot. Isn't that true? That's a specific detail, isn't it? Right? This film was made in 1967. It says, right there on the bottom, it says
67.
1967. And it also says Patterson, doesn't it? Yeah? So this is the film by the guy Patterson. What else do I need to know about this film?
It looks like he has a hat on with fur on the side.
Now let's stop for 1 second.
It looks like it's just
Do
a
this.
mountain man.
And let's do
Homeless
this.
mountain man.
Hang on. Let's see the digital enhancement version with our modern day film technology. Okay, let's see what it produces for us.
They probably added stuff.
Maybe so.
Fans and
I don't know about
claws.
that. Okay. Wait, hold on. I think this is why it exit full screen. This is why this sucks. They won't. Did you see a person or animal collar? I can't tell what it is. No. This is ridiculous. This is like somebody added stuff to it. Here we go. Okay, now this one has been cut back to a smaller size, and it's more clear. It's harder to see, but when we enhance it, all of a sudden, our beast. There's our beast. Look at that beast. It's a little more clear, isn't it? You can start to notice the detail of this particular animal. Now you have to look really close and it's easier to do it on a smaller screen. But what can you tell me about the picture? What can you tell me about this? It's old, it's scratchy. I can't tell whether it's a beast or not. But it is a film made from an original camera back in the day, 1967. By a guy named Patterson, okay? And I know that this is an animal-like creature that also walks like a man. And I know that because this film was made, there's a question that Bigfoot could or could not be real, right? So, what do you think your task is going to be over the weekend? prove Bigfoot. No, that's not.
Oh,
But, what do you think your task is gonna be?
Write a paragraph?
Close.
Create example sentences.
I want you guys to come up with 3 different types of explanations, if you will, examples, okay? Examples. Using these 3 different types, right? And then we're gonna go more into detail on this on Monday, I'm sorry, on Wednesday when you come back. So, you're gonna give me a topic sentence, and you can go online and find this. Just type in Bigfoot original footage, okay? And I know you guys probably think this is a silly argument, but it's a very popular argument. It's out in the world right now. People want to know. There's constant television shows about it, right? On National Geographic, on the Explorer Channel, all these things. Bigfoot, it's a hot topic. Bigfoot's important, okay? So I want you guys to argue something about Bigfoot. You could tell me Bigfoot exists, Bigfoot is fake, Bigfoot has never been caught on tape, Bigfoot has been caught on tape, but it's not real. I want you to give me a good topic sentence. That's all I want, okay? In your journal, good topic sentence. I need to say that. In your journal, topic sentence. Okay, I'm not giving you vocabulary over the weekend. You have a little breather. You got this nice holiday weekend. I hate giving homework on the weekend, so you should be able to give this, you should be able to do this pretty quickly. You guys have had homework every single week, all the way through 10 weeks of class. I'm very impressed by you. Most of you have turned in all that homework. I appreciate it. And I have a lot of grades for you, so don't worry. You can miss one day, except for the fact that you're going to hand in your journals when you come back with a really good set of examples. 3 examples. You ready? Okay, specific examples. Some kind of detail from the film. Okay? Maybe a group of information. A lot of people have witnessed Bigfoot. Bigfoot.
Big feet.
There's 2
Big
of them
feet
right
who
there.
walk backwards.
Yeah. Or an imagined.
Or imagine.
So what are you going to do? You're going to create a topic sentence of argument that's going to be proved by each of these. So how many sentences are you going to write total?
3,
Nope.
9.
6. Good. There you go. 6. You got it. So 1 for specific, because you're going to prove or disprove Bigfoot's existence with a specific detail. You're going to prove something about Bigfoot that a lot of people have seen or not seen. Okay? Bigfoot's a scary creature. A lot of people have witnessed Bigfoot in the woods. That would intimidate anyone. Hang on. Imagined. If you saw Bigfoot, you follow where I'm going with this? I want you to try to work with these ideas. It doesn't matter whether your sentences are perfect. It doesn't matter whether or not they're organized perfectly. What I want right now is for you to start thinking about how you prove an argument. That's all this is. It's an exercise in learning how to prove an argument. You're going to write an argument and then you're going to prove it with something. You're going to say something that supports something else. That's all we're trying to do, okay? So don't overthink it. Don't get too stressed about it. It's an activity to practice proving something you say. Proving something you say. This happened. This is how I know it's true. Remember our discussion in class. This happened, whether you believe it or not, and this is why it's true. Okay, those are our 2 little statements. That's what I need you to write. Okay? About 3 different types, something about Bigfoot. That's all. That's your topic. Your subject is Bigfoot. I know it's a silly topic, but I thought you guys might have a little fun with it, okay?
You said we're going to have 6 sentences total?
Yes. So you have a topic sentence proved by specific detail. You have a topic sentence proved by...
So we just make 5 more sentences based off of those categories? Or whatever?
No, listen. I want you to have a topic sentence proved by a specific detail. Bigfoot exists. There is a film from 1967 by so-and-so Patterson that proves this existence. There's your example, okay?
Now we're kind of grouping.
Grouping, a grouping of information. What information am I going to get to prove Bigfoot? I need a group of people. Think about it. How many shows are there out there? You can't use this one, but let's say there have been 6 shows in 2014 trying to locate Bigfoot. Is that a grouping of information? Yeah. What about this one? Imagined. Imagined. Got to think. Okay? Try to be creative. Try to come up with some ideas. 6 sentences. A topic sentence for each of these different types of examples. Okay?
Okay.
Don't show up Monday. No one will be here. I hope you have a really good break. Huh? 6 sentences. In your journal. 6
examples with 2 topics.
3 examples, 3 topic sentences.
3
3 topic sentences. You're going to tell me a different example. different type of example. These are the basic versions. I'm gonna give you the real names for these on Wednesday, but right now this is enough information. There's an imaginary one that you're creating. There's a group of people or a group of things that you could use to prove it. And then there's specific details.
I've never seen Bigfoot walk backwards. That's,
Okay, so I hope you guys have a good weekend. I will see you guys on Wednesday.
you want to finish the rest of the working outline?
Did you guys only have to do the first page?
You go with the first 4. Have 4 done by today.
You know what, that's actually good practice. That's good practice. Brian, I'm sorry, but thank you. Yeah, sorry guys, you got 2 assignments. Oh, I'm
Great
so
going.
mean.
Thanks, sorry, people.
Finish. Now that we did these in class together, and you saw what we're supposed to do, don't be mad. Don't be mad, I saw that.
I'm gonna
Read
retype
yours
mine.
classwork.
Hey,
I'm not mad,
Listen,
I'm just like, oh,
finish.
it's right.
Assignment.
oh, thank you. That's a good, I forgot that we had to do, I thought I made you do both sides. I was gonna have you hand it in.
Yeah, just first 4.
Finish all of them Wednesday, okay? And then do your journal assignment, 6 sentences. That's not that much homework. You guys can handle that. It's like 5 days from now that I'll see you. 7 or
I might
something.
come instinctively on Monday, who knows?
I'll see you on Wednesday.
Oh, can you hold on just a minute, let me take a picture of that?
I do need to work on my.
Saul, are you gonna send an email? Can you, or make a copy of your notes?
I can make, I can print it out for her, or if you want
Can you-
an email, so, yeah, I can do both.
Would you mind emailing it to me?
Yes,
That would be
yeah, why
great.
not?
Thank you, Saul. So do I need to?